goes another 20-year-old.
Holy shit, I hate those guys.
Gotta hate 20-year-olds.
Fuck these guys.
Somebody help these 20-year-olds.
It's time to figure it out, Ricky.
Fucking touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Got the lights, got the camera, and Barstool. Hello, welcome to another episode of Barstool KFC Radio. I don't even listen to enough Barstool to make a good joke here. You're on too many jams.
Neither do I.
It's a show about all things 20-year-old.
With help from friends, experts, and our own personal experiences, we hope to shed some light on those things that leave our age group lost and confused.
You want to know a crazy fact? I'm going to put it out there.
Hit me.
I have not watched a movie yet in quarantine.
What?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I haven't read a book. I've only watched one TV show while eating, and that's because Kevin put it on, and I was hanging with him. Well, I mean, one
You've just
TV
been
show.
so in the COD, eh?
Yeah, I'm in the war zone, my dude.
Me and you have like sort of flipped. Like I've been crushing TV.
Yeah,
like
I only watch. I watch TV to be kind of social or
Yeah.
like mindless, and I don't know. It's just never been. I've never been that into it. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff going on right now. Right now, I'm in the midst of watching Money Heist.
Yeah, I've heard things.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like it's kind of like you got to get past the dubbing, because it's
Like, yeah,
it's
you
a
guys are
Spanish
watching
show.
shows in Spanish. That's how desperate you all are, and I haven't
No,
even
but
watched a
it's got
TV
good-
show.
It's got good reviews, man, and it's actually pretty entertaining. Once you get past the fact that it's like watching a movie that's like constantly delayed.
Yeah.
You're like streaming something and the mouths are off.
You know what? I should have known
it's-
it was Spanish by the title, because anytime somebody's like, I'm watching Money Heist, I
Yeah.
go, what a dumb title. But then I think about it, and I'm like, right, it's in a foreign language. It probably
And
makes
then,
tons of sense in like Spanish.
Yeah, what's it? It's called La Arm. I forget it, but it's like it's some other thing in Spanish, obviously. But the other one that I crushed this weekend actually was Outer Banks. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's like a teen, it's a teen drama set in where is it? Carolinas. Where they
yeah.
they're
Actually,
searching for treasure.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, dude, crushed it in like 2 days. It was great. Whole family watched it. It's super. It was kind of like, what was it? What's it comparable to? Like sort of like Riverdale.
Oh, I got you. Like, like teenish drama, high school, but they all look like hot adults, and it really
Yeah.
makes you feel weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, these are
Kinda that
teenagers.
mixed with like
that,
the OC.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little bit of
Were they in high
Stranger
school in the OC?
Things gang.
Yeah, they were. Man, those shows, I forgot how weird it was that like they're supposed to be like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, man, we looked up the ages. Like they're all supposed to be like 16, 17, and like the main guy who says word for word, I'm only 16, like when he turns down a drink, we looked him up, he's 27. Yeah, it's
He's
pretty
our
good.
current age, and I feel like I look in the mirror and like I haven't been ID'd in years, right? Like,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? I got off topic here. Oh, so my camera, like right now I'm looking at the camera screen.
Yeah.
It's tilted. And
So
it's-
how's that for video footage of yourself?
I just like, I could just see that it's tilted, and I'm going to see if I can like correct it, but it's just been bugging me the whole time you're talking, and I just had to say it in case people are
Yeah.
watching.
They're like,
If I
"What's
didn't
going
fix
on?
it, I'm
You
sorry.
Drunk again.
It's just a bit of a tilt. Yeah, man, the boozing, I'm losing it. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm starting to lose it. Like, my social skills are evaporating. I feel my motivations are changing. I feel slow. I feel like, oh man, I'm just losing it. Like,
Your social skills are becoming that of a 13-year-old who plays video games all day and talks with a headset.
A 30-year-old. I'm just like reality is blending into like video game. I don't even know what's going on. I just like I have no structure. I've absolutely no structure to my day.
And is like, have you had any social interactions or what's been going on?
Yeah, I stopped by my sister's finally on Sunday. I'm losing it. Like I needed to do something. They've been quarantining. I've been quarantining. I went over there for barbecue, played with their dog, and
nice.
it took like I was there for like all day, all afternoon, and like towards the end, I felt like I not normal. Like I love socializing. You usually can go all night, never leave, like never stop. I had to go. I was like, I got to get out of here. Like, I wanted to go back to like my like solo. Like I'm becoming introverted, you know, like,
yeah, I hear you, man.
Dude, it's so, a lot of things have changed. So like, because like, I'm just like in such a scumbag state.
Yeah.
I don't even enjoy the same like content on Instagram I used to enjoy. It's so weird. Like the content I like is changed because of how I'm living.
Like,
I just don't like seeing people.
What are you
like,
into?
I used to really like seeing things like people doing like fun stuff that I want to do, like having like snowboarding that cool hill, or like that car I want, or like doing that cool thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And like right now when I watch that, I skip it. I don't know why. Like it's like I'm like I don't enjoy seeing it because it just doesn't feel like I'm this like doer that's going to achieve everything right now, and I instead watch low grade like TikToks comedy.
Yeah.
and just like stupid stuff.
I hear you, man. I'm kind of like really settling in and enjoying this time where I, like just no structure, no kind of anything on the horizon, but you just get to do yourself all day.
I feel like this is just more your vibe. I feel like this just fits with you more. Like, you know, I mean, I explained it the episodes before. Like, all you're doing in this quarantine is more of all the things you just loved doing before.
Yeah, but I like to mix it up too. I mean, best of both worlds kind of guy.
I don't know. Like, it just like it. Yeah, you like to mix it up, but I don't know. You just are like. I can tell. Let's just say I can tell that this is just like good times for you. Also, you didn't come back to Toronto in time, and I kind of saw that coming too. I was like, a part of me was like, he's not going to come back by next Tuesday. I just, you know, you're just in paradise, dude.
Things are good, man. Things are good here right now.
Well,
but
things are bad here.
Have you not gone home?
No, I don't want to see my parents. They're I don't know. My dad had pneumonia like back in like Christmas-ish time, and I would feel like brutal if I infected them.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm keeping away from them. I've been doing what I should be doing, but I am losing my fucking marbles. I'm drinking so much every night, and
love it.
I did start transitioning this week a little bit back to. It's a hard transition though, because I anticipated you coming. Mm-hmm. You know, like I cleaned the house, I replaced your liquor that I drank, and just sat here staring at the door all day, and you never came in. So, you know,
soon I'm gonna be there soon.
Yeah,
trust.
Well, you know what? I don't believe you anymore. You know, I'm just
You're not holding your breath.
No, but I've been slowly transitioning. I got to get out of it, and I only can get out of it if I'm doing stuff productive. If I'm not doing anything productive, like I'll never break this. And the only way I can do productive stuff is if I have like, I don't know. It's like I need someone to do it with. I'm not motivated to work alone on things.
I hear you.
Especially when it's a collaborative business where we're partners.
I've been writing some stuff, which is good.
Cool. I can't wait to hear it. I've been writing nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I do have some funny stuff in the TikTok world.
Yep, lay it on me.
Okay. TikTok teaches you a lot. It's like my Twitter. You know, like people get a lot from Twitter, and like I learn a lot from TikTok. And what I've learned is that everyone's fucking stupid as shit, especially younger people. And
okay, give me an example.
I just girls on TikTok now. This is the current trend.
Yeah,
They're shoving ice cube up their vaginas on camera. Not of, like their vagina, of their like facial reaction.
what?
I swear to God.
Actually,
And this is coming in the wake of the last trend, which was girls leaking their own nudes on TikTok. And then guys before that were dipping their nuts in soy sauce.
why soy sauce? Does it
Dude,
do
I
something?
don't know. I don't know. This is on my For You page. I'm scrolling like they're trying to curate things for me. So just one after the other, and then it'll pop up. And these videos are so quick and short. And
I
it's
just
like
know what you're into.
it's like a fucking
surprised I
ambiguous
have-
teenage girl. And I'm like, dude, they should put age filters on this like everything else.
I'm surprised I haven't heard about any of this because Jamie's a big TikTok guy.
He just yeah, he doesn't want to eat more for him, you know what I mean?
He doesn't want to spill any of the goods.
Dude, this
but
is
I'm curious though. What is a TikTok? Sorry, what is an ice cube up your? You know.
well, see, now I'm curious. This is a problem.
What does that feel like? Like
Okay,
what
this is
their
how each
facial
TikTok
reaction?
goes, Rob. I'll explain it. This is how
Yeah.
each TikTok goes. Girl, looking at the camera, like not talking. There's text on top of the video.
Yeah.
Putting the ice cube emoji in her like kitty emoji. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, you got to be 16. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the next scene is like her doing like a oh, that feels good face. And I'm just like, okay, I scroll and then there's a video of like, it's just 16-year-olds doing slutty shit. And and that's just mixed in with some like the funniest comedy.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, okay. And you don't know right away. Because like a lot of times girls can also make a joke because like people make jokes about it. So like a girl will be like putting ice in my kitty will be the text. And then she'll pick up an ice cube and then it'll flip over to her actual cat. And it's like her chasing it. And I laugh. So like you don't actually know if you're going to get perverted TikTok shit or a joke.
It's a toss up.
Right. So like it's either you scroll past every girl, which is it's just not doable.
Yeah.
But dude, TikTok is actually it's just got okay. Another thing I saw on TikTok. If you were born when Jesus was born, get a calculator out.
Okay.
Okay. Or no, sorry. Go to Google.
Yeah.
Google how many hours in a year.
Okay.
What is it?
8,760.
That's it? 8,760. Okay. Times that by 2,000 years. Okay. Times that by 7,000. Okay. Okay. I think this is, you might have to do the math to back this up. This is what I heard on a clip from TikTok.
Yeah.
If you made $7,000 every hour since Jesus was born, so, 2,000 whatever, 20 years ago,
Yeah.
you still wouldn't have as much money as Jeff Bezos has.
What?
$7,000 per hour for 2,020 years.
For
You would not-
2,020 years.
Yeah, 2020. Right, isn't that how time works? It's like before Christ, after death.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so since
That's insane. And is this like before divorce or after divorce?
probably after even, man.
Yeah.
Okay, it's let me do the math on the computer so I can see it. calculator. Let's do this. So it was 8,700?
Yeah.
760?
No. Yeah. 8,760.
Okay. Times 2020 times 7,000. Okay. Oh, it's just such a big number. It's hard to tell. Where's million? Okay, there's
No. If you turn your phone on the side.
yeah. Okay, I got it. I'm doing it on my computer. So 400,000, 866, 123 billion. So 100 Jeff Bezos' net worth. 145 billion US dollars. So yeah, the math checks out, folks. You heard it here first. The math checks out.
You know what I'm getting sick of?
What
is people comparing what rich people are doing to their net worth? Do you see this?
No.
See, people do this like every time like there's like a crisis or something where like
like Jeff Bezos gave like $500,000 and they're like, well, that's only a nickel compared to your net worth.
Yeah, exactly. Like people like trying to make a big deal about how like little something is, and they're like, oh, that'd be like that'd be equal to you giving a nickel or whatever, and then like harping on these people
when that person didn't even give an actual nickel.
Yeah, it's just getting old.
Well, any harping period is getting like harping on anyone is like kind of like, I don't know. It's just you just end up playing yourself anytime you harp on anyone.
And then I saw the best the best comeback to some of these tweets I saw was like someone was just like, he doesn't just have 145 million sitting in the bank, you idiots. Like
it's so true. like literally 144 billion is like tied up in like stocks.
Yeah.
And the rest of that 1 billion is like tied up in like assets, and then he's got like, I don't know, maybe like 10 million liquid. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, let me just go e-transfer from my checkings account with 145 billion in it.
I'll never forget when I was at a rich buddy's house, and there was just a checkings receipt on the counter, and there was just $1 million in the checkings account.
Dude, that's nuts.
And I honestly couldn't even comprehend that.
Did you make a comment about it, or did you just like take that one in yourself?
Oh, I made a comment. Okay, I just found it like immediately hilarious. Like I was at an age where I probably had about $1,000 in my checkings account, and checkings is just like, that's not earning interest. That's just fun money. Yeah. Like, so I was like, okay, like it'd be nice just to have a quick. Imagine going to your checkings account and never checking the balance, because the balance is somewhere around $1 million.
Insane. Wouldn't that be nice? One day.
You think so? You think you'll have? You gotta be like, you gotta be rich. Dude, I'm telling, like, you gotta be rich to have $1 million in the checkings account.
I want to be rich.
I mean, I don't think this is like the Gary Vaynerchuk mentality.
What's the Gary Vaynerchuk mentality?
I mean, I believe this for myself, and I believe this for you. And unless you make some major changes, you and I are never going to be rich like that. Yeah,
it's true.
We just remove me out of the equation. Just me watching the way you live, it just does not have that. Like Gary Vaynerchuk is like, how successful do you want to be, right? Like, not everyone is going to be like 100, 200 millionaire. Like, the people that are freaks of natures. They just work harder than us. It doesn't mean that you and I won't be successful, but we just don't have that, like, you need to have some like that fucking, I don't explain that. Like Vaynerchuk, like, I like to work more than I like to live. Yeah. Kind of mentality. That's the only way you work hard enough to continually make enough money to like break through that barrier. I feel like I honestly, unless our music, like something happens where
Yeah.
a team gets behind us, like
Yeah.
we're maxing out at I always use this example, like Arcade Fire. Like we're maxing out somewhere around like, I'm trying to think of like worldwide bands that are probably worth, like each guy in the band is worth like $5 to $10 million max, you know? Like
It's so hard to judge. Like I feel like, you know, you type it into Google and I don't know. I just find their numbers are just so bogus.
what's the name of the Arcade Fire main guy? Because I feel like they're
Win Butler?
what a weird name. Okay, when do you spell that? Win, W-I-N, like win, or like the win?
I think like
I got
like
it
win.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
dude, his net worth is $8 million. Like I nailed it.
Yeah.
And it's not about like, it's not just directly how hard you work. Like it is talent, it is connections, it is how lucky you get. Like we'd be extremely fortunate if we got as successful as him. But I mean like to break, there's like, I feel like there's certain thresholds of success that like to break through, you need to have your hands in like a lot of pots or like continually be like innovating the game. Like to break through like that 10 million mark as a band, like you gotta be like pushing into like top charts, often like stadiums,
like nonstop,
like
nonstop.
like big, like you have to have like a good commercial interest, a big commercial interest behind you, and like be aligning with big markets. I don't know, do you know what I'm saying? And like the only way to get that like U2 level or that like Coldplay level on top of being extremely talented is like, I bet you everyone is like, these guys just never stop like touring and like
relentless, like, and pump out the hits.
And we wouldn't be
just
that.
Like,
we would not be that. We would take hiatuses. We would go on writing breaks. We would.
I mean, you know,
we would tour for a bit, but I wouldn't. I want to live too. Like I'd want to become successful to live, not just to like amass more money. And like I think eventually that will put me at some sort of like comfortable level where I'm not like working any harder. I don't know. I shouldn't be putting this out in the world.
I don't know, man. Like I was watching this interview recently, and I feel like you have this similar sort of mentality, or you even said it to me. You know, we were driving the car. You're like, and we were passing the ACC, and you're like, we were having some conversation. You're like, I'll play the ACC and still want more, you know?
Oh, you're 100% right.
And I was watching this interview with Drake, and he made a similar comment where he's like, you know, you make $1 million and you start hanging out with people that then have like,
you're 100%
like
right.
10 million and stuff, and you realize there's these other levels, and you're just like, I want that, so like I want to get there, and then
you're right.
Yeah,
it's the same.
And I feel like that's who you are.
But again, up to a degree though, because I feel like I always hit a point with everything.
Yeah.
No. I would just change my interest. Okay, this is what I predict. You're right.
Okay.
I feel like what's gonna happen is I'll hit that point with music.
Okay, and then you'll be onto other sort of creative. Yeah. No, and that's totally respectable.
And then
I'll
hit a point with that where I'm like, well, you know, I don't, you know, like this. It's something I really like, but now like I really want to get super into. Like I would never stop doing music. I never stopped doing the things I like because I do a little bit of everything. But I feel like I would go ham on music until I started hitting certain levels, and then like coast at that level of success in music.
Yeah. And
then start doing like other things, like literally become a rally driver out of the blue. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I always like. I really like those types of musicians who have built those kinds of like empires, with all the creative stuff that they're doing, or whether it be they've branched out to doing rally car driving or like whatever their interest is, and then they start like they got the clothing, they got the music, they're in a little bit of acting, and then you keep all of these afloat, but you can sort of circle back to any one. And I was reading this article the other day about Kanye West. There was this huge feature about him in GQ that was just done, and it was this guy who spent a bunch of weeks with Kanye, just kind of like traveling around with him, doing all this stuff. Like he was in Paris for his fashion for his runway show. Then he's flying out to Wyoming, where Kanye's building this huge ranch, and like he's really into like design and like architecture and stuff. And then he's like going over to the studio where he's working on his new album and stuff. And he's just it's like nonstop. It was actually it was a cool article. But I get what you're saying.
So you're right. I don't think money is. That's what I mean. I more meant money is not like the pursuit of a large amount of money is not really my like driving factor. I want enough money to be free.
Yeah.
And then like maintain that and give some to and give it like that lifestyle to like my kids. But like beyond that, the number doesn't fucking affect me. So like Drake is like, oh, you'll make $1 million, then you start hanging around with guys with 10. That would only affect me if the guys with 10 million were doing more of the things that I wanted to do. Like, I'm not really motivated to be flashy or bougie, have a yacht or have nice clothes.
Yeah.
It's not really like, I don't really care I care if like the guys with $10 million or girls with $10 million, whatever, are like, they're able to afford like to go, to own like a plane because I want to fly. Like I got my, you know what I mean? Like I'd be like, oh, I got to hit the next tier because I've always said I wanted a plane or like a cottage. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's more about
you're more motivated. So I mean, I feel like they sort of go hand in hand in some ways, because like you'll see the stuff that like you want to do, and then you'll realize that like you got to get to that next tier or whatever.
Yeah, and I wonder where the eternal dissatisfaction will fit into that.
You never know.
You can hear Dan Bilzerian talk about it on Joe Rogan.
What did he say? What was his like sort of sentiment?
His sentiment was it's a bit different, but basically he was talking about how money, and like he's talking about the relationship between money and happiness. And this is actually unrelated now that I'm saying it out loud. Like more what we're talking about is like just joking about our career paths, and I think we're both generally happy. And I think as long as I think if we hit any level of success, kind of,
I'll be fucking stoked
in music where we're able to like live that and do that for a living.
I think the day it's just like we've been just cruising at a level for so long where it just, like the day that something like legitimately exciting happens, you and me will be off the rails. Like
yeah,
so pumped. Yeah.
So this is what he said though, but he said it in relations to money. So I wonder if I wonder if this is where like the eternal dissatisfaction will kind of like play into it. But he said, okay, like if like the second he got his first, Ferrari, like he was at a 10. He was like, wow, like this is huge. And then, down the line, like where he's at now, he's like, if someone gave him a Lambo, he wouldn't even care. He's like, I've owned them. I've owned a bunch. I've driven out. It's like, he's like, your limits keep going higher and higher. And he's like, I think rich people actually get sadder because they keep attaining all the purchases and experiences that they think that they want to do to make them happy. Like once I get that Ferrari, I've made it. Yeah. And then it doesn't, then it's even harder to get that same thrill. You run out of things because it'll dissipate. You'll buy a Ferrari. Yeah. You'll drive it for like 2-3 months, maybe a year. And then eventually that'll be normal to you. You'll become desensitized to the fact that the Ferrari is your daily driver. And then what excites you? What's the next car to work towards? So he's like, with him, like he's chefs at home and he goes to the nicest restaurants in the world. It's when you or me go to a nice restaurant and we eat a nice food, like we're like, boom, that's like a 10 out of 10. Like what a great time. Or if we go on an awesome vacation, he's like, that's like my day to day. So it's like, you actually get sadder because you're not able to hit it makes it harder and harder for you to hit those things. And he's like, that's why I think a lot of wealthy people get sadder as they get wealthier.
So what was his answer to combat?
It was
sadness?
just that if that's what makes you happy, you'll enter that cycle. I think the takeaway was money can buy you pleasure, but like you got to find happiness from
your own means,
the more sustainable means. Like
interesting.
It's like pretty well documented. The things that make people happy are like family, friends, purpose, community, health. So money helps with a lot of that, but you can't. Like no doubt, owning dope boats and all these experiences, like great. But what I think is he was just more saying like if you're a sad person and you got shitty like friends and whatever, and you're just like buying the pleasure, like you're just gonna get this like negative loop. But like you and me, like that's why it's like a catch-22. I feel like we're happy.
Yeah, totally.
So like that's also probably part of the reason why maybe we're not as motivated to like work fucking to the bone. I don't know.
But yeah, we also got good structures around us.
What's that?
We also got good sort of foundational, like family, like friends,
we have the things, the community, like all that stuff that makes
people,
It's just like the stuff that I think about all the time. I think it's honestly a good mixture to be happy and eternally dissatisfied. Like,
yeah,
I think you can be both. I think if you can be happy, because I'm happy right now, but I'm also dissatisfied with where I'm at. So it's like, I want to keep pushing and getting to the next level and getting to the next level. But like, I'm happy during the journey of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like who knows what the right answer is, but anyway, that's enough of that. Let's talk about other funny stuff. Can
I ask you something?
Yeah.
So, you said you haven't been watching much TV, but I don't know if you saw the new Chris D'Elia.
I did.
Special came out. Did you watch it?
I watched that.
Okay, so my take on it is like as a
Do you want to
person
say it at the same time?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
Didn't like it.
Okay, we're on the same page because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is this like one of those things where you have to be a fan of the comedian in order to enjoy it? So I was curious because I know
I'm a fan.
Kristen and Kev,
I love
like
Chris
are
D'Elia.
huge fans of him, and I was like, okay, maybe they found it funny because like I don't know, I couldn't get into it. So
Kev had the same response.
Kev did, eh?
Dude, I brought this up specifically to Kev, so it's funny you brought it up.
Okay.
I literally was like, did you watch it? Just because I had this, I had the same thought, but in a different manner. Because I watched it alone. I'm sure you watched it with people.
Me and Jamie watched like 10 minutes of it.
So okay. You didn't finish. I finished it because I am a fan of him. Like so I would just watch it. But he does this like. He's very different during his stand-up than during the podcast, which is like where I'm a fan of him from, is like he does his voice and he like laughs at his own jokes too soon and too aggressively.
Stand-up or in
stand-up.
Yeah, okay.
So he does this like stupid, it's like he's like the pop music of comedy. Like that's what it feels like when he does comedy like at his stand-up. Like it was like really like juvenile-y feeling and not like a goofy in a way I like. It was like a goofy in a way of like kiddish, and he's like extremely funny on the podcast, and it just didn't translate. And I kind of like asked Kevin without telling him how I felt, and Kevin said the same thing. Kevin's like, yeah, man, I just can't really get over his like voice thing that he does. And he's like, I've never really liked his stand-up, but I love his podcast.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
But I thought it's because I thought maybe it's because I was watching it alone. That if I was watching it with like Kristen,
Yeah.
because it was even recommended it to me by Kristen's brother.
Oh,
He's like,
Mike
I loved
was a
it.
fan.
It was so funny. Yeah. So I was like, I was expecting like some like, he was like, oh, it was so funny. But
Interesting.
so I thought it was because I watched it alone. I was like, oh, maybe if I watched with people, it would have hit different.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I thought, I watched Dave Chappelle's alone and I laughed like mad through that.
Yeah. I thought his was hilarious.
Why am I? It's so sad. Why do I watch all this stuff?
all these specials alone.
What's that? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh yeah. Simon and
I downloaded the
Garfunkel.
apps. Speaking of loneliness, I downloaded the apps. Back on Hinge,
Okay.
baby.
Back.
Find
what do you
your
mean
boy
back
on Hinge and
Hinge?
Tinder. I paid for it because I got that CERB money flowing in my bank accounts.
Yo, FYI, you have to keep reapplying for that, eh? Do you know that?
Yeah, but when do they let you know when the next amount is?
No. Like I just applied again but the opening was for like a week ago.
So I should apply for next month right now already?
You should apply because we're in the next period right now.
Okay, my guy, another 2 racks. Oh, taxable.
You worked hard. You worked hard this month.
I would give the money back if I could just go back to normal. Like I would have. I was about to like.
Yeah.
My money thing was about to get sorted right before the quarantine. Like I was, things were looking green for old Travi Warbucks, and then the quarantine hit and it all shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll apply for that. What was I gonna say? So yeah, I downloaded the apps. I've hit this perfect peak of, like, I'm not like a crazy have to go like a nymphomaniac. Like I don't really like, I'm not like one of those guys that's like sex, like women, pussy, like I gotta go out there.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty satiated usually. Like when I'm working, I'm pretty distracted. I like to go on dates as much as the next guy and have some fun, but it's not really on my mind all the time. During the quarantine, I've hit the point where it doesn't matter how many video games I play, how much fucking YouTube I watch.
Yeah.
I might have to go risk it all, break quarantine just to get a little date in, you know what I mean?
So tell me, how like are the apps popping right now? Are people active?
Yeah. I paid for it because I don't know if anyone out there, this is another pet peeve of mine. People chirp you if you pay for Tinder, like that makes you more of a fucking virgin or something. You're dumb as shit if you've ever said that. I
agree with you.
You are wasting more time swiping through it, not paying the $20. It's $20. It's one Uber Eats. And I pay it and I get to see everybody that's liked me, and then it saves me
for less than $1 a day. You can
it saves me all the time of swiping, because newsflash, 99% of the people on Tinder that you are going to see while swiping are not going to be what you like, and the 1% of what you like is not going to see you, and only in the minute like overlaps.
Yeah.
If you get lucky while swiping, will you find that right girl? But you pay for it. It'll throw you higher up in the algorithms. So like, I had like 200. When I bought it, I had like 450 likes on Tinder.
Wow. So have you been going through them?
You want to know what's crazy? Is I went through those likes.
Yeah.
450 of them. Narrowed it down.
Tell me there was not one.
No. There wasn't
not
one.
One?
Not one. No.
Wow. You got high standards for Travi boy.
No, it's not high standards. I'll tell what it is, it's not high standards because it's just the app creates these high standards. I eliminate girls that are attractive. It's not like a shallow looks thing. If your profile is all the angles,
yeah,
and no Instagram,
Yeah.
or I have like all these like, I have like a very specific type online that I don't have in person. Like I'm way less like this in person, but it's because online for me is so much more of a pain in the ass. I don't like texting.
Yeah.
I hate text flirting. So if
Yeah.
I'm going to put in the effort for a girl through an app, like they got to be exactly what I want. Like I'm not going to spend the time for like a maybe. I'm not
Yeah.
going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you too, man. And like my thoughts are like, if you're gonna be on these apps, you got to be fairly transparent with who you are as a person,
Mm-hmm.
and that includes having an open profile or attaching
Right.
some sort of social media
Or
where
how
people
about
can
a
legitimize
picture of your
you.
full body? It doesn't have to be like a fucking mug shot, but at least let me piece it together. I'm telling you, 90% of the profiles, and that's fine. I understand girls are insecure, but
Yeah.
90% of the profiles are face tuned,
Yeah,
angled shots of the face or the body, no
Yeah.
attached Instagram, and nothing about them. And I know it works for them because there's so many guys on there that are just horn dogs, and they'll push through all that.
yeah.
But that's just
you
not
know
my
what?
style.
Yeah, it's true. And I think girls have the same complaints about guys' profiles too. And I think there's like an equal amount of guys and girls on these
For
apps
sure.
that don't know
For
how
sure.
to like present themselves, or pick photos that or think about it from what other people would want to see in a profile,
Mhm.
right?
No, I agree. So I'm not even blaming these girls. So I just wanted to explain why I can say no to 450
Yeah.
Tinder matches. It's a lot of them are angles. I'm gonna be honest. None of them, like if I see a girl that's pretty or cute, and I usually assume that those are her absolute best, so that it's like if they're smoking hot on pictures and in Tinder,
Yeah.
they're probably just like cute, pretty girls in real life. You know what I mean? So like I do downgrade it because like I don't know.
It's true. It's
risky.
like you're presenting yourself in like what 5 or 6 pictures that you get, and it's like from that, like you can't, like if this thought doesn't go through your mind, like
if it's
this
not
is gonna be
100% yes, yeah. Why would you?
my absolute like highlight reel of pictures that I'm gonna show of myself. Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's my mentality, and like it sounds like I feel like to some people it sounds like shitty, like that's a shitty guy thing to do. I think it's less shitty than guys who just like are on there saying yes to everything, playing a numbers game for which girl they want to have sex with. Like I'm actually trying to look for a girl I like. It doesn't mean I'm going to date them, but like I'm at least going to try to start with a girl I like. And if we don't date, we don't date. That's fine. Like that's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Just based on like how I'm living. But I think it's less douchey and less shallow to start from like that base. But it's just harder to tell if you like them from pictures. It's harder to tell if they're into the same shit or if they're funny. So you have to go on looks. You have to go on the profile.
Yeah.
If I go on their Instagram and I see them from every angle and I'm like, oh, they're sporty. Oh, they're this, they're that. 100 times more likely to say yes than just like thoughty pictures looking pretty that I'm not too sure what kind of person you are, or if that's like just you at your best.
You know what? I think maybe part of their problem also is I got an email today saying that my Tinder account is going to be deleted permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about that. I was like, so like as
you haven't been on in years.
No, I haven't been on in 2 years. I've been with Liv, and like, is my profile still active? Like, would people still be swiping for me? Like, am I
deep in the archives?
Like, do I have to go back on there are you supposed to delete your account? Like, are people that are in relationships and don't use it, but were once using it, clogging up the system?
That's what I'm going to tell myself when I don't get
likes back,
replies and likes back.
Yeah.
Um,
Fair.
also, when you pay for Tinder, it does a For You page, which are like the top profiles that they think are your type. So like,
And how do they determine that?
I have no fucking clue. I literally have no idea.
What is in their profile? Like,
Again, it seems like girls that get a lot of likes, probably.
how? So, is it the same as LinkedIn when LinkedIn sends you those emails where it's like,
I don't know.
we have 9 jobs that we thought would be great for you, and then none of them are
I mean, sometimes that's
what
the case,
you would
but
want.
they are definitely, the girls in there For You are definitely better than just the girls you'd see in the swipe. So for $20, I'm seeing every girl that's liked me, and then I'm seeing like 10 girls that are more like closer to what I like. So it's a good deal. But it's the app's fault. It's not the people's fault. Like, the app is making me behave the way I'm behaving, and it's making the girls set up their profiles the way they're setting up. I, honest to God, think there should be videos.
That was gonna be my other question. Actually, I saw people are doing virtual or like video dates
On Hinge, there's
thing?
date from home is the option now, and it's a video call.
Okay.
I want to try it so bad. I don't even care. Like, I want to FaceTime a rant. I have a... Here, I'll take you through my Hinge. This could be cringy hingy with Travi. Where is it? This is my most recent conversation with Rachel.
Okay.
This is why... You tell me if this makes sense to you.
Who
I'm trying to be cheeky.
Yeah.
And none of her responses, I understand I don't think we're not on the same page at all in this conversation. So yeah, obviously I pay for Hinge as well. So, so I can see,
serve money.
Yeah, I can see who liked. So she likes a photo.
Yeah.
I look at her. I'm not too happy that she doesn't have her Instagram linked up, but she at least has full pictures of her whole, like, you know what I mean? Like face, body, doing things. Hinge has got a bit more about you too. So I go, she liked a photo of me with long hair, like long hair. I go, I shaved my head since this, lol, quarantine things, but I'd break the 6-foot limit for you. Maybe go 4 or 5 feet.
Okay. That's funny.
And then she goes, sensitive about the haircut, are we? Oh, a 1 to 2 foot cut. How kind and thoughtful! Exclamation, exclamation. And I was like, what do you mean sensitive about the haircut? Like, this is what I'm saying. Texting doesn't work. That's not at all what I was
implying.
saying.
Yeah.
I was just letting you know that my hair isn't long anymore.
Yeah.
I shaved my head since this. Like, that's something you should know. Sensitive about a haircut, are we? It's like, I know she's trying to be like flirty, but it's just
like try to be cheekier than you.
But it's just not at all what I meant to say. So I turn it back on its head and I go funny again. And I go, I'm a sensitive guy and kind and thoughtful. Yes, thank you. Enough with the compliments. I'm blushing. Like, flipped it on its head. And then I said...
She said that?
No, I flipped it on its head because she said sensitive about a haircut.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, a 1 to 2 foot cut. How kind and thoughtful. So I said, I'm a sensitive guy. Next message. And kind and thoughtful. Yes, thank you. Next message. Enough with the compliments. I'm blushing. Blush emoji. Like, just turning it back into the joking banter. Like, by the way, I was joking. It's joke. And then I said, relationships are a two-way street, though. I need to know that you are willing to go 1 to 2 feet for me.
Okay.
She hits me with another yerp. She goes, blushing already? That's too soon. I'm like, okay.
What?
I know. I literally, this is why I don't understand.
Mixed signals.
It just doesn't make sense. But then she goes, I would be willing to cut that 1 to 2 feet. It's reasonable. All I'm trying to do at this point is get it as quickly to a video chat as possible because I don't like texting. It took me this conversation is stretched over 4 days, like one message a day.
Yeah, no, dude, honestly, that's the worst. Like, I'm such an in-person guy. Like, even me and Liv's first conversation was like 4 or 5 messages max before it was like,
right, get to date as quick as possible. Like,
yeah,
because that's the idea. So I hit her with I go, I hope that's true. I've been hurt before. For all I know, you could be going on virtual dates all the time, and I'm saving myself. I said, I think I could be ready to take the next step with you. I know it's moving fast.
That's funny.
And then she hits me with a dates from home, don't know her. Dates from home, ? Don't know her. FaceTime is a personal nightmare. To me, that I still don't understand.
Still don't get it.
I still don't get it. She's saying
that's like one of those like anxiety girls things.
Dates from home, don't know her. Like, is she talking about herself? Like, going on dates from home, don't know that girl. Like, that's not me. I think that's clearly what she's saying. And she goes, FaceTime is a personal nightmare. So her last message was, and what would the next step be? 3 feet instead of 2? Like, it's progressing, but do you see what I'm saying? Like,
do you even know what you're talking about at
I
this
don't
point?
know what I'm talking about. So I'm sitting here. In real life, I would know by now, by facial signals, by whatever, like if we're hitting it off. I know that we're chatting, and technically that means it's going well, but I don't know if she's like physically attracted, like want to be on dates, like takes, like I have no idea what type of girl she is, like just nothing to work off. I know nothing about her, and what's the next step going to be? I have to meet her in person. So it's like, it's just such a fucking, this is why I don't match with everyone and like chat with everyone, because
that'd be a good MO. Get to date as quick as possible. Like I could see you, like standing in front of a class, like with a whiteboard. And
oh
just
my God,
be
have
like,
you seen the dusty guys that actually do that though?
like, this is your objective. Get to date as quick as possible. Oh yeah, like
those guys that do like how to talk to women, and like they're like, listen up, guys. You really want to know how to get that ass? You really want to know how to make that girl? That girl that fucking says ew to you at the club. Like, I am the guy in the audience and the guy at the front of the thing combined. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No. Totally.
Like, I am the guy in the audience that was like, okay, yeah, I do get shit on by girls a fair amount more often than I'd like to, because I don't really just put myself out there enough to deserve to get shit on. But then I also think I know enough about girls to be the guy at the front of the class. So I'm like this like mixture.
What's that? What's that like? NLP? Is that what it is?
Programming. Like,
yes.
Hypnotizing girls.
Yes. I was trying to think of that.
These guys, man, pickup
That's
artists.
what they use, right?
Are just the biggest fucking dweebs on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, but again, I'm both guys.
But also you're just like curious, like what kind of
tips and tricks work.
Yeah.
No, because I'm both guys, because I understand all perspectives. If you're a nerdy guy that's not having luck with the ladies, that gets rejected left, right, and center, and girls are like mean to you, you're going to look at PUA and be like, yeah, fuck these girls. I'm just going to manipulate them into having sex with me and become like an absolute fuck boy and use all these Jedi mind tricks and NLP and hypnotism to fucking make these girls think they want to have sex with me. I get that point. But I also get like the other side of it, which is like, don't do that. You're a creep. Don't manipulate girls into having sex with you, but then like it's a never ending cycle. The girls do it to them, so they feel like they should do it back. But then there's girls that don't do it to guys, but yet they still get PUA'd on and are creeped out by all these guys. And there's guys that do and don't do it. It's like, I see both sides of everything.
I'd love to see it firsthand, like I kind of wish I had a buddy like that, or
I got a buddy. You do have a buddy. I'm just not going to say
an acquaintance.
You have a buddy that does all that shit.
I know who you're referring to, but
and
like,
he listens. What up, my dude? Or he did it for a period.
And just like, I'd like to see some of it in action.
But he didn't do it like he didn't like. I think if you're not a creepy guy and you do pickup artist shit, I don't think it makes you a creepy guy. I think if you're creepy, you're creepy no matter what you're doing. If you're good with women and you learn a few tips and tricks, then but like the tips and tricks are so stupid. Have you heard any of them?
Yeah, it's like like it starts off with peacocking,
but like this stuff,
wear stuff.
This stuff
wear
works,
stuff to get
though.
attention. Yeah,
like the thing is, it's like
like within reason, right?
But it works if you don't do it like it becomes uncool when you put a name on it, like it's a move. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I bet you, anytime a girl's been like into you out in public, or you've picked up a girl at a club, you didn't realize that you were you know what I mean? Like you were probably confident. You were being some sort of center of attention.
Yeah.
Noticed. And then you probably unintentionally were like just so drunk that you were aloof to like some girl giving you you know what I'm saying? Like it probably was all the same thing. And that's why it might work on girls. I don't know. I'm not a girl. We need a girl to tell us this. This is why we need Kristen back. But then it's one thing for me to go out and put on like a furry hat and be like, I'm peacocking. Look at me. I got a cane. And like,
yeah.
Seeing a girl notice you and then being like, okay, I'm going to walk over there and go, your dress is kind of ugly or whatever. I'm out of here. And then give me 5 minutes, boys. She'll be right back here saying something mean to me. I'm going to flip it on her. Like that's
that's different from having your own personal style.
Just having a little understanding.
That involves, wearing more sort of out there clothing that might get picked up on naturally because that's who you are as a person.
But then again, it sounds fucking stupid when we say that out loud, because then what happens if that's not your personal normal style and the only way you can get laid is by changing? So you have to learn. It's like, I say this to Kevin all the time. Anytime I say something out loud, I immediately realize that I'm wrong and right, and everyone's wrong and right all the time. Like about the same thing. Like in the same sentence, I'm right a little bit, but I'm also completely wrong. And like everyone that says stuff out loud or makes declarations or whatever, we're all just like this like perfect blend of wrong and right. Like the guys doing it are wrong, but they're also right for doing it because it's a response to how they've been treated. And the girls that say it's gross are wrong or they're right because it is gross, but they're also wrong because it is just the social dynamic that created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a terrible mindset to have when you're on a podcast, because you just end up spinning your tires. You talk about a concept and you're like, yeah, fuck this. Well,
and it gives you time to break it down. Yeah. And then you realize like, okay, you know what? I can see both sides.
I'm gonna try to go back to be more like just fuck it and stick with it and just like ride it out. Yo, fuck pickup artist shit. Fuck it. Stupid. You look like an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold to it.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. So when you say like, I'm coming home soon.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to. I'm gonna drive back. I'm thinking in my mind. I think I'm gonna do like sort of some back and forth. So within the next day or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Will Robbie lie straight to my face 2 fucking weeks in a row about when he's coming home?
But I got a creative itch. I need to scratch, and
I just need you to slap me out of it. I need to start working out again.
I'm gonna come in there like a drill sergeant, man. I've maintained a little bit of rigidness. You know what's gonna happen is
I'm gonna fucking suck you into this vortex. You're gonna come over here. Next thing you know, you're gonna be sleeping until noon, eating 1 meal a day. You're gonna start like doing like Guitar Hero.
Except I don't have any like my only I don't have any video games or anything. Like my only I mean, I guess I'll end up playing guitar and
That is your
doing
video
nothing
game
all day. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know, but you know what? I wouldn't mind switching up my wardrobe a bit. I packed for 3 days, and I've been here for 5 weeks now. So
right. That makes sense.
That'll be nice. And but
That's
yeah.
jokes.
On that note, see you next.
See you next Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for listening.
I put the
Bye-bye.
new forges on the G. I trap until the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my homies got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting the mall with my whole team. Now a homie can't answer calls cause I'm ballin'. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich. I got 'em salty.